First, probe tubes must be serialized by etching a data matrix onto them using the laser etcher. The etched tubes are then moved to the potting machine, where encapsulant is dispensed into each tube. At the same time, cables are soldered to the printed circuit board. The board and cable subassembly is placed onto the end of an insertion rod at the crimping station, and a potted, etched tube is placed into the station. The tube and board are scanned into the test program to log the unit into the system, and the insertion rod with the board and cable is lowered into the potted tube to activate the crimping jaws. The jaw mechanism indents the tube on each side to hold the circuit board in place within the tube so that it doesn't lift out. Placement of the board at the bottom of the tube is important for proper functioning of the sensors on the board. Units are then placed upright in an oven for 105 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes to cure the potting. The potting protects the electrical components on the circuit board. Once the probes are cured, they go to the final electronic test before they are taken to the register line to be soldered onto registers. The first step of the register assembly process is to connect the battery to the circuit board. Next, the board and battery are scanned into the system to generate a serial number label that gets applied onto the faceplate. This label helps to hold the NFC board that is nested into the faceplate. At this stage, the units are placed into a plasma-etched cup. Cups must be processed through the plasma etch robot to prepare the surface for potting adhesion. Probes are then soldered onto the register boards once the units are placed in cups. A rubber gasket and a piece of glass are then assembled onto the units prior to testing them. Units with a passing record are rolled in at the roll-in process, which seals the unit from the top. A plastic gasket with foam slides over the exterior of the cup to create a cavity where the encapsulant, or potting, will go. Once potting is dispensed into a unit is set aside to cure overnight. This will create a seal from the bottom to make the unit airtight. Units must be airtight to prevent water ingress and potential degradation of electronic components. To verify that units are properly sealed, they are run through a pressurized leak tester. After passing the leak test, the unit goes through its final electronic test before being packaged and shipped to the customer. Depending on the variant of the eHat, either one or two cables are connected to the circuit board using a mechanical press. The serial number label is then generated by scanning the circuit board and cable. The label is applied to a plastic housing, then the assembly is inserted into the housing and secured with a plastic lid. Units are moved to the testing station to verify proper functioning prior to adding the potting. Passing units are processed in the potting machine under vacuum to eliminate the possibility of bubbles forming around the electrical components. Afterwards, units go into an oven at 105 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes to cure the potting. Once curing is complete, units go to the final electronic test before being packaged and shipped to the customer.